everyone, and welcome to another classic guitar video. Tonight's guitar is a very special guitar, but first this show is brought to you by Guitar Center of Glendora. Check them out. They're one of my sponsors and endorsements. Really great people. Check them out. So tonight is a very special guitar. I've had it for a while. It's a 1982 Fender American Custom Shop Telecaster. And it was specially made for former musician Louis J. Meyers. You can look him up. Not a lot of people know who he is, but he was fairly well known around the Midwest area and the East Coast. So look him up, Louis J. Meyers. And I put his name in the description. You can Google that and have a look at him. He had quite an interesting history. So I have this guitar here. Pretty interesting. It was refinished in the early 1990s, early to mid 1990s. I got it from one of his roadies, so I know the guitar is authentic, and you can trace the person back to Louis J. Meyers. But the person who refinished it didn't have the foresight to not take off the serial number and the logos and all the Fender branding off the guitar, unfortunately. But it is a genuine Fender American custom shop, and I'm Maloof here, 35 years, so I know Fender when I see one. And you can tell, you can look at the quality of it and see. It's very light. It's a 5.5 pounder. It's all chambered out body. It's extremely light, which is what he wanted, and it was custom made for him. And it has two vintage P90 pickups in it. So let's go ahead and look at this. It's a really special guitar. I did this guitar about a year ago, but I'm just doing a refresh on it because I have somebody interested in possibly buying it. So let's have a look. So here it is. I'm not going to be doing a full setup on it because I already have a full setup on it, but I'll just do a little refresh on it here and there, and plug it in, test it, make sure it works still. Make sure I don't need to tighten anything or whatever. So we'll go ahead and do that and get it tuned up. And he wanted to hear, the prospective customer wanted to hear it. So we'll do that. And I'm not going to play anything fancy on it. I'm just gonna sit here and strum a chord in some settings on the amplifier. So here we go. Got to tune it a little bit out of tune. So we'll tune it up a little bit too. That's actually quite a bit off. I need to work the switch a little bit. When a guitar has been sitting a while, sometimes a little bit of corrosion builds up on the switch. Just like a pot, and if you just work it back and forth, more times than not, that'll keep you from having to take the guitar apart and take the switch apart and clean the contacts. See? Static went away. little bit. So we'll work that back and forth a little bit. Clean that up. This guitar hasn't really been played in about 6 or 8 months or so. So that should work. There we go. Those P90s sound pretty sweet. Nice and tight and good. It doesn't snap, crackle, or pop. This is straight, clean, no effects, this last setting. Still need to work those knobs a little bit, but until they clean right up once they get some use. There we have it. There we have the Fender American Custom Shop Telecaster. It's got the P9 vintage P90s in it. He's kind of a plain Jane guy. He doesn't like a lot of flash on his guitars, so it's pretty well plain Jane. Other than that, it's extremely light. I mean, it's extremely light. It's chambered body and everything. It's a nice piece. The tuners on it are nice. They're not the original tuners, of course. The Groover tuners. But like a lot of guitars that have some age on it, parts get changed out, pick guards get changed out, tuners get changed out, pots get changed out, bridges get changed out, lots of things get changed out, things get refinished, things of that nature. The guitar is mostly original. The neck, the body, the pickups, the electronics, the plate. The bridge has been changed out once, I believe. The strap buttons. But the thing's really light. It plays really fast. It plays really nice. It's a good piece. It's a really good piece. Like I said, extremely light. It's in pretty good condition. It's got a few nicks and scratches. Again, it was refinished in the 90s, so it's not like it was refinished, last year or the year before. So there is that. But yeah, it's a cool piece. I'm gonna check the neck screws to make sure those are tight, just for the heck of it. Oh yeah, they're good. Just for the heck of it. But it's a cool piece. Yeah, all the logoing has been unfortunately taken off. The serial number. When the refinisher refinished the neck and the body and all that stuff. Just one of those things. Like I said, didn't have the foresight to keep all that stuff on there. For not that, this would be probably a $3,000 guitar. But now it's an $800 guitar, and I've priced it at that according to its quality, the way it plays, its craftsmanship, things of that nature. So it's a pretty cool piece. I like it. It's nice. It's very nice. Very good piece. So again, 1982 Fender American Custom Shop Telecaster, once owned and played by Louis J. Meyers. He's a pretty cool guy if you look him up. Pretty cool guy, pretty neat guy. One of his guitars. Got it from one of his roadies. Beautiful neck, of course. Nice feel on the neck. Again, very plain Jane. Lewis was one for not having, fluorescent guitars and Floyd Rose and all that stuff. He was, kind of a country down home kind of guy, if you will. So he didn't like a lot of glitz and glamour and flash. I still think it's a very cool looking guitar. It's very, kind of westerny looking, if you will. And it's a very cool piece. So there we have it, folks. On the 1982 Fender American Custom Shop Telecaster, once owned and played by Louis J. Meyers, and his name is down below in the description, and you can check him out. And the guitar is up for sale currently on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Secondhand Acts, classifiedads.com, etc., etc. $800. I think that's more than fair. Like I said, if it had all the logoing and serial numbering and all that stuff, it'd be a $3,000 guitar. On a bad day, on a very bad day, it would be a $2,000 guitar. So there is that. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time, and happy guitar.